They're just fat and happy, right? Wrong. You cannot be fat and happy at the same time. When you are fat, you are suffering and your body is decomposing itself from the inside out. You can't tell me that somebody who is morbidly obese is having a good time. This is a common phrase that people use, yet is it actually true? I don't think it is. I really don't. Because when I am eating like crap 24/7, when I'm not in the best shape, I feel like crap, and therefore I can't be happy. Physical fitness is 50% looks and 50% the way you feel and function. A lot of people probably think that people who are in shape are very narcissistic and selfish, but I would argue that it's actually the opposite, and that people who are in shape are actually more virtuous than somebody who's out of shape. Think about it. Somebody who's overweight or significantly obese eats more than they need. And on top of that, they're lazy and they don't get a lot of physical activity in. So I would say they're more selfish than somebody who's in shape, who has self-control, who can maintain their body in the correct way. I would add further that people who are underweight are actually the most virtuous because they are basically starving themselves in order to maintain their self-control, and they are that selfless that they're not willing to eat all the time to make themselves very overweight or out of shape. That's kind of taking it a bit far, but I think it illustrates a point. There seems to be this misconception that keeps going around, and it's not stopping, and in fact, it's getting worse, that people who are out of shape, they are just people who just don't care anymore. They just rather have fun and have a good time. I would say that's just not the case. I see this trend towards what I call fit phobia. People who are out of shape and fat want to push their values and beliefs down people's throats and condemn anyone who wants to be in shape and tell them they're narcissistic, psycho, or sociopathic, and or have insecurity issues. Yet for a lot of people, especially somebody like me, it's only half of the equation. If I could be out of shape and function halfway decently, I would be out of shape, because at the end of the day, your looks are not all that important in the grand scheme of things. They're important for other things like dating, and maybe if you're somebody who is an entertainer or celebrity, that's part of your image. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that important. The people that I've been friends with in life, they have not really been the best looking people, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're black, white, obese, underweight, or anorexic. But I do normally tell them, I say, hey, you need to get in shape, because I'm in shape and I can tell people that. I have the authority to do that because I'm in shape. I don't have a problem with my weight. So I can judge them. But that's as far as it goes. I just tell them, I say, you should probably lose weight. But I don't constantly tell them to do that. And if they want to live their lifestyle, I just don't bring it up to them that much. I've had friends from all backgrounds, especially in college. My best friends in college were actually mostly black, which is weird. But back to the main issue of the video is you cannot be fat and happy. And I do not appreciate the biased media trying to push this narrative down people's throat. It is demonic, it's brainwashing, and it's evil. I'm not saying we need to round up a bunch of overweight people and punish them. But what I am saying is we could at least put our foot in the right direction by condemning being overweight and fat. And a lot of my family members are overweight, and I still tell them that they need to lose weight. Even though they don't take it very well when I tell them that, and they get very offended, it does not matter. This whole anti-offending people culture must stop. And it must stop now, right this minute. Or else this culture and society that we live in is going to collapse. And it's not going to be very good. We live in a world where fat people are beautiful, skinny people are ugly, and good-looking people are ugly. It's like opposite land over here. It's crazy. Think about this. What if you called somebody fat these days? They take offense to it. But it's perfectly acceptable to call someone skinny. It's perfectly acceptable to call someone anorexic. To call someone a fat-phobic narcissist. But you're not allowed to call someone a fatso. And you're not allowed to call someone obese. Or a big fat degenerate. Why is that? It's back to this stupid butt culture that keeps emerging. And I'm so annoyed by it. It's ruining this younger generation. We can't seem to get our heads out of our asses because we're so brainwashed by this media, and we're fed so many lies. So much smoke is blown up our asses every day by friends, family members. Now the media is doing it. And this is just the result, is that we're gonna have another generation of obese and fat people, and everyone's just going to not care. They did a study recently, or maybe it was a survey of Americans in like 2021 or 2022. It said most Americans are overweight or obese, but most of them do not see the need to change or get into better physical shape. That right there is even worse, because it's different if you're somebody who struggles with your weight and tries to get in shape. But there's another side of the coin, which is people who are obese and overweight, and they just don't care. And in fact, they glorify it, and they're glad they are obese or overweight. And they just live their lives the way they want to. And here's another point. Here's why the obesity culture is so toxic, is that it makes people like me who have to pay taxes, have to pay for all the overweight people's bullshit like medical bills and crap like that. Pay for rising food costs because you effers can't control yourself. Like, seriously? It makes me not want to live in this country anymore, to be honest. Because why is my money going towards people who don't work, because obesity is now considered a disability? Why is it going to people like that? I'm not against like taxes, but like, why can't it go to the people that actually need it? What about, not to like glorify people being lazy, but like, it'd at least be better if it went to like homeless people or something like that, or like people who actually have disabilities, like people with Down syndrome or something like that. Why are we fucking glorifying obesity and then paying for the people to be fat and sit on the ass and do nothing all day? Do nothing but watch Netflix and, I don't fucking know, read The Onion or some shit. It's stupid. But anyways, fuck obesity. You can never be fat and happy. That is a myth and that is a lie.